Okay, we're going to continue on in the Apocrypha today. This is the Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 35, verse 17. The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds, and until it reaches God, he will not be consoled. He will not leave off the Most High. He will not leave off until the Most High considers him and does justice to the upright and passes judgment. And the Lord will not delay or be slow about them until he crushes the loins of the unmerciful and takes vengeance on the heathen, till he destroys the multitude of the insolvent and breaks the scepters of the unrighteous, until he repays a man for his doings and repays men's deeds according to their thoughts, until he judges the case of his people and makes them glad with his mercy. Mercy is as beautiful in a time of trouble as rain clouds in the time of drought. Have mercy upon us, Lord God of all, and look upon us, and cast fear of you upon all the heathen. Raise your hands against alien peoples, and let them see your might, as you have been sanctified before them in us. May you be magnified before us in them, and let them know, as we have known, that there is no God, Lord, but you. Show signs again, and show other wonders, and make your hand and your right arm glorious. Arouse your anger, and pour out your wrath. Destroy the adversary, and wipe out the enemy. Hasten the time, and remember your oath, and let them relate your mighty acts. Let him that would save himself be consumed in furious fire. And let those who harm your people meet destruction. Crush the heads of the enemy's rulers, who say, there is no one but ourselves. Gather all the tribes of Jacob, and give them their inheritance, as it was of old. Have mercy, Lord, on the people that has borne your name, and on Israel, whom you compare to your firstborn. Have pity on the city of your sanctuary, Jerusalem, the place where you rest. Fill Zion with the celebration of your goodness, and your people with your glory. Bear witness to those whom you created in the beginning, and fulfill the prophecies made in your name. Give those who wait for you their reward, and let men trust in your prophets. Hear, Lord, the prayer of your supplicants, with Aaron's blessings on your people. And all the people on the earth will know that you are the Lord, the eternal God. The stomach will eat any food, yet one food is better than another, as the mouth tastes the meat of a game, and an intelligent mind detects false words. A perverse mind causes pain, but an inexperienced man will pay him back. A woman can receive any man, yet one girl surpasses another. A woman's beauty gladdens one's countenance and exceeds every desire man has. If mercy and meekness are on her lips, her husband is not like the sons of men. The man who gets a wife enters upon a possession, a helper like himself, and a pillar of support. Where there is no hedge piece of property will be plundered. And where there is no wife, a man will wander about and groan. For who will trust an active robber who bounds from one city to another? So who will trust a man who has no rest and spends the night wherever evening overtakes him? Every friend will say, I am your friend. But sometimes a friend is a friend only in name. It is not like a sorrow like that for death itself, when a companion and a friend turns into an enemy. O wicked thought, why were you shaped to cover the earth with deceit? There are companions who rejoice in the friend's happiness, but when trouble comes, are against them. These are companions who labor with a friend for their stomach's sake, who will take up the shield in the face of war. Do not forget your friends in your heart, and do not be unmindful of him in your wealth. Every advisor praises good counsel, but some give advice in their own interest. Be on your guard against advisors, and first find out what is for their advantage, for they will take thought for themselves, or they will cast the lot against you and say to you, your way is good, and will stand over against you to see what will happen to you. Do not consult with the man who looks suspiciously at you, and conceal your purpose from those who are jealous of you. With a woman about her rival, or with a coward about a war, with a merchant about business, or with a buyer about selling, with an envious man about gratitude, or with a merciless man about kindliness, with an idler about any piece of work, or with a man hired by the year about finishing his work, with a lazy servant about a large undertaking. Do not look to these for any advice, but stay all the time with a godly man who you know keeps the commandments, whose heart is at one with your heart, and who will sorrow with you if you fail. And hold fast the counsel of your own mind, for you have nothing more to be depended on than that. For it is a man's soul is sometimes wont to bring him news, better than 7 watchmen sitting high on a watchtower. And above all this, entreat the Most High to direct your way in truth. Every undertaking begins with reason, and consideration precedes every work. If we trace the changes of the mind, 4 parts appear: good and evil, life and death. But it is the tongue that continually rules them. A man may be shrewd and the instructor of many, and yet be unprofitable to himself. A man skillful in his use of words may be hated. He will fail to get any food, for agreeableness has not been given him by the Lord, because he has been deprived of all wisdom. A man may be wise for himself, and the products of his understanding may be trustworthy on his lips. A wise man will instruct his own people, and the products of his understanding will be trustworthy. A wise man will be satisfied with blessings, and all who see him will call him happy